I'm EmberBurnsBlack. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making the Kara-Tur noodles out of the D&D Heroes Feast cookbook, and we are still working on human cuisine. So, if you haven't already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support my channel more than that, you are welcome to. EmberBurnsBlack is also my Cashapp and my PayPal. So let me do this. Okay, cool. We got that up. And if you don't want to send money, I also have my Amazon wish list. So, Kara-Tur noodles. Few nations on the planet of Toril are as powerful as influential as the human empire of Shelong. Found in the vast region of Kara-Tur, while this region boasts distinct religious and proud culture, it also possesses an equally strong culinary tradition. Although there is sparse interaction or conflict between the city-states of the Sword Coast and Kara-Tur, many of its tea leaves, such as the pale jade, fim-fim, dragon's eye, and longjing, are imported in significant quantities by Faerunian traders. And certain dishes, including various noodles, have made the long migration west as well. While you won't find the stir-fried entree on just any tavern menu, it found its way into the more modern eateries and cultural epicenters such as Waterdeep. A heaping bowl of noodles, flash-cooked in deep oil drizzled skillet, with chunks of chicken, vegetables, and salty soy sauce, or garum, a fish-based sauce, has become a popular change of pace from the traditional roast and soups of the Sword Coast. So, I'm really excited about this. So for this, we're going to be needing, and remember, I am doubling up today. Game night is not at this house, and we actually got 10 people tonight. So, 3 tablespoons soy sauce, 2.5 tablespoons of white wine or dry sherry. Got it? Hey! 1 pound. I'm using 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast. Got it? 6 ounces, which I'm going to use 12. Oh, hey! Of rice stick noodles. Now, I could not find rice stick for the life of me, so we are using egg noodles. I was going to use ramen, but that also is an egg noodle, so we're going to try this. Hopefully it works out the same. Egg noodles are usually pretty sturdy, so we're going to hope for the best. A half cup or a cup of low sodium chicken broth. A half a cup, which I'm supposed to be a 4th cup, half a cup, of canola oil, peanut oil, or vegetable oil, also sapphire grapeseed, 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar, got it, I can put that over here, 2-inch piece of fresh ginger, peeled and finely chopped and grated. Now, I have a piece of ginger here. I'm not sure how fresh it is, so if it goes wrong, I have backup ginger. One-half a teaspoon of cornstarch. 5 garlic cloves. I bought a whole bunch of garlic because where I shop, they only had bundles. A 1/4 a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes actually burn my mouth and a lot of other people, so we're going to be switching that to chili powder today. First, a tequila shot. I need one. Actually, with the support from you guys, I am looking to do roll rum, but one of the main ingredients is absinthe. So if you guys want to see me make a drink with absinthe as a base, you need to be hitting those links. That is why I don't do the drinks as often, because I have a hard time getting the alcohol. Kosher salt and freshly ground pepper. Got them. 1 yellow onion, halved lengthwise and thickly sliced into slivers. 1 large bell pepper, cored, seeded, and cut into 1-inch squares. I don't use bell peppers. I use the sweet peppers, and 4 of them makes 1 bell. And I think they taste better, and they're a lot more cost effective. Okay. 1 celery stalk cut diagonally into 3/4-inch slices. I do not like celery. Some people don't like celery. It's stringy. I use bok choy, and with this being an Asian recipe, Asian-based cuisine, I think it's going to turn out a little more better. I'm not justifying that comment with an answer. 6 scallions, white, thinly sliced and cut into 1-inch lengths. Got my scallions. So with that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to prep my ingredients. That way it makes everything faster as I cook. Not worried about tablespoons, not worried about tablespoons, not worried about tablespoons. The chicken I can go ahead and cut into 1.5-inch strips. Oh. Now on the stove, I just turned my water on to boil. It's not listed in the ingredients, but that will come up later. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this chicken, and I'm going to start cutting it. And I forgot to grab my knife. Excuse me, guys. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get that little chunk of fat off. Okay, now I can go ahead and start cutting. Some of these strips are a little bigger than the others, but that's okay. I'll cut them down. And this is actually over 2 pounds, just slightly. But like I said, this recipe actually serves 4. I'm going to be serving 10 people with it. And we have other food coming. Oh, that's a thick strip. I'm going to cut that one down too. So this will be more than enough for everybody. Here, you want some too? There you go. And these were ginormous chicken breasts, so only 2 of them made 3 pounds. That's pretty good. Oh, did you come back for more, both of you? Give me a bit. And some of it's already shredded, which is kind of giving me a little bit of fear. I'm wondering if this is that new fake meat. Because it's shredding way too easily. Like, chicken should not shred like that. Which would explain the lack of fat. Ew, what is that? Well, that actually looks like some kind of artery or something, so that's hopeful. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to drop it on you. Dude. There. It's on the floor somewhere. I kind of like my fingers. Okay, I can tell you right now, if you're going to be ignorant, I can actually mute you. So we can go ahead and we can stop that before it starts. Thank you. So, got this mostly cut into strips. And again, this one's a little too thick. I'm going to cut it down. Yeah, this is still shredding. Like it's really weird texture for chicken. I'm not sure why it's doing that. And these are thick strips, so I'm just flipping them and cutting them down the middle. That way they're not as thick. But I think once it hits the skillet, it's going to just psh anyway, because of the way it is falling apart. Makes it easy to cut, but I don't really like it because it's like you want your chicken boobs to be firm. So, got that. Let me wash my hands real quick. Thank you, and sorry about that. So, the chicken is cut. Can't put anything on the stove right now because the stove is hot. Set this aside. Please be good. Thank you. Okay. And I forgot to check out my measuring cups before I started. Oh, I'm going to pay for that in a minute. 6 ounces of dried rice stick noodles. Now these packs are 10 and they come in 3 packs. So I'm actually going to use 4, which is going to put me a little over 10, but like I said, got a little more people to feed, so that's going to be our little secret. 1/4 cup, which is going to turn into 1/2 cup, plus a couple teaspoons of oil. Let me get the measuring cup. That's not the one I want. There's a smaller one I have, which I don't know where I put it. Dun, dun, dun. Is this a 1/2 cup? Yeah, 1/2 cup. So 1/2 cup of oil. Okay. 1/2 cup, which is going to turn into a cup of chicken broth. I have a spare. Oh, maybe. Rubber. Rubber always works. Please tell me there's not a little plucky thing. Thank you. After doing that, I didn't want to deal with the plucky thing. Alright, 1 cup of chicken broth. Not worried about a teaspoon. 1 inch fresh ginger, peeled and finely chopped and grated. So that's going to be about a 4-inch piece. So like I said, I'm not sure. Move my oil. Ooh. I knew that was going to happen. I did it anyway. Move my chicken broth. Is it on the floor? No, not really. Okay. Grab my cutting board. Let's see how fresh this ginger is. And you use your whole body to cook. Okay. Now, 4-inch piece would be pretty much that whole thing. Worst comes to worst, like I said, I do have backup. Oh, that's not bad at all. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that. So I want 2-inch piece ginger peeled and finely chopped or grated. Actually, now that I'm getting to a little more of it, it is a little dry. So I'm going to go ahead and trash this and go with backup ginger. I like the chopped in the jar, but this time they didn't have, it says chopped, but it looks like paste. We're going to try it. It's my first time trying it, so if it doesn't work, we know. And that's going to be about 1.5 teaspoons of that. 5 garlic cloves, finely chopped. So I'm going to go ahead and open this. And it doesn't say pressed, it says chopped. So I need a saucer. Okay. Give me 1 sec, guys. Oh, I can't do that on this side. I have to use the other phone. Oh well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's actually almost about a whole bulb of garlic. At least the little ones. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my knife. Not that knife. Not that one either. Where is my vegetable knife? Okay. These are real easy. Usually you just pluck the top off and everything else just comes off. So I usually just chop that root. And these, I love when you get the garlic and it's purple because that means it's fresh. Oh, chop the root off. What did I just say? Duh. That's 3. This is why I prepare them all in the beginning and not when I'm mid-cooking, because it's just, when you got too much going on, you got too much going on. So I can actually peel these pretty much together. And usually, sometimes, you chop that root off and it comes right off. Sometimes it doesn't. So every clove is special in its own little way. Okay, this one is so sad. A sad little clove, but we're still going to use it. Because that's the funny thing about cloves is no one specifies how big the clove is supposed to be. So if you want to use 10 cloves of elephant ear garlic, go for it. It's going to taste a lot different than organic garlic. So, and this one wants to be fickle. If you're going to be fickle, I'm going to smash you. I'm just running a nail across, seeing if it's still papery, and it is. So, I warned it. There we go. And I know there's like so many hacks, like boil the clove and eat all this. And give me a sec, guys. We're going to take care of that problem right now. All right, there we go. I know I'm amazingly attractive, but there's only certain things that other people don't need to read. And even though I am, like I said, amazingly attractive, I'm not desperate. All right. I should probably set up over here as a moderator so that doesn't happen again. I do apologize for that, guys. You have this shirt? I love this shirt. It is so colorful and fun. I found pants like this, and sometime in one of my moves, I lost them. So I do miss that pants. I'd have a cute little set. So, this being said, that's not what I want. It doesn't say to press it. It says to finely chop it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in the little chopper with the little blades, my thin blades. And chop, chop, chop. And I'm even using the smashed pieces too. It's garlic. It's going right away through. Okay, let me grab a little bowl. Because I'm actually going to need the chopper again. Put that to the side. Empty this into this. And there is my chopped garlic. So put that over here. Okay, a fourth tablespoon doubled up of red pepper flakes, not worried about teaspoons. Kosher salt and finely ground pepper. 1 large onion, halved lengthwise. Now I'm not going to have the chopper for that. So I'm going to sliver these onions. And what's super easy is if you, sometimes I like to try my luck. If you cut the onion in half, it's easier to de-paper it. But I think this onion, this is a good, nope, it was a good onion. Oh, nope. It decided to misbehave. So that piece is pretty much already slivered. And it's a strong onion too. My eyes are starting to burn. Of course, go figure. Ah, okay. Almost got it. All right. Got that half. Half. And then just take my knife and I'm cutting long ways. That way, cutting the onion from top to bottom. That way I have the strips. Now are you going to behave? Yes, you. No, you're not. There we go. All right. Whew, there's my eyes. And the weather's nice, so I've been wearing makeup, and I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about makeup, and I don't always wear it on camera. I like the feel of makeup. I like the sensation of it. I like having a box of potions and powders that I can change my look from one day to the next. We actually, one of my players, I went to hug him goodbye one night and he pushed me away and he said, "Ew, don't touch me, you got gunk all over your face." And I stood there for a minute like, oh, because it made me, it's a roundabout way of saying you don't need makeup. Well, him and another guy, I don't know what happened. Boys being boys. He's going off on him, and I'm like, look, his own sarcastic way. And I told him the story of what happened with the makeup. Eyes are burning. And when he saw that, he actually came back and he apologized to me. And I'm like, what are you apologizing for? And he was like, the comment I made about your face. I was like, no. Hold on. But I finally got down to the point. I said, look, I'm not accepting your apology. You complimented me greatly. I even told him he made me feel beautiful, which he did. So, there's another half an onion. And the last onion half for this dish. I am so onioned out and I haven't even gotten to the scallions yet. I'm in trouble. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's that. Okay, so 2 yellow onions halved lengthwise, 1 large red pepper. Now, if you remember, I used the sweet peppers, and I like that you can use any color you want. And what's so fun about these is, like I said, any color you want. 4 of these makes 1 bell pepper. Going to need 2 bell peppers. So I got a lot of yellow there. Go ahead and grab 3 more of those. I'm going to finish it off with 2 oranges. There we go. Let's see if I have my paring knife or if I've washed it. Aha! Paring knife. And these need to be cut into 1-inch pieces. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut them up. And I'm just taking my knife and going along that little rind, pulling them out. I'm going to put that aside for right now. And like I said, going around that rind, just taking that white stuff out and then cutting it in half. So just cutting the tops off, de-seeding it, coring it like the directions said. Okay. And if you tap it, a lot of times you'll get the seeds out, which I don't know why I'm sticking my finger down. I'm acting like I'm going to stuff them. I'm not going to stuff them. Dirt. There you go. You can just take a nail and pluck some of that out. Cut those in half. Then I'm going to move on to another pepper. Again, I'm acting like I'm going to stuff it. I'm not. Duh. Oh. Now, before I even stick a finger in it, I'm going to go this way. Haha, I outsmarted myself this time. Again, just take that knife, pull that rind out. Okay, cut that in half. There we go. That's what I'm so used to doing, is going through and just pulling everything out. I don't know why. I'm weird. Okay. And then cut that in half. Oh, forgot that little white spot. There we go. Cut the rind out, pull the seeds out. Didn't hit the floor. Get the Coke out now. It's time to party. Yeah, this would not be the board for that. There is so much onion and pepper on this board, you would burn out your nostrils. So, Martin, your last comment was reported. I will report this one too. You have been asked numerous times to stop. I am not above calling one of the moderators to stand over you and babysitting you while I continue to live stream. So, if you continue, you will be blocked from my channel, and I'm sorry for your loss. Like I have said, I know I'm attractive. That doesn't mean I need to be harassed live. Thank you very much. It is amazing how pathetic and desperate people can be. But I am not in that category. Haha. Okay. Now with that, I can go ahead and I can chop these down to 1 inch. I know that took a lot of time. That was kind of painful. But it is what it is. We're back to our food chopper. And this time I'm using the bigger blade. chop it down as much as I did. Oops. That's okay. That's gotta move. One of the things I noticed about this recipe when I started reviewing it is this is the parade of bowls. Hello? Was that the front door or the bathroom? No, it was the bathroom because he's not home yet. He shouldn't be home yet. At least. Yeah, I overchopped the peppers. Oops. Oh well. You know when you get to going, you like get to doing something and your mind just takes over and you go into autopilot? That's literally what just happened. What am I making? Right now I'm cutting peppers. Today I'm going to be making Kara-Tur noodles from the D&D cookbook. It is under human cuisine. That's what I'm working on. So those are the cut up peppers. Again, using sweet peppers instead of bell. I like the flavor better and I think it gives it a little more cost effectiveness. I'm going to move you over there. So next I have 1 large stalk of celery. Again, I didn't use celery. I have bok choy because I think it has a better flavor. It doesn't have the strings. And looking at the Asian cuisine of this recipe, I think it goes a little better with the recipe anyway. So I'm going to use 2 stalks. Okay. And again, I'm going to just chop the tips off. Don't want that roots. Okay, and with that, I actually got myself a new toy. After everything I had been through the last month, I thought I deserved a little treat. Got myself a mandolin. So I'm just going to go across with that. Now I do have a handle thingy for when it gets a little too small, but I think we're going to use the stalk part before we get to that point. And I'm being very careful when you use a mandolin. You need to really watch your fingers. I never had bok choy. Well, if you go to an Asian restaurant or an Asian buffet, they usually have it. And this part's edible as well. I might actually chop that down. It depends on how much of the actual stalk I get. But it doesn't have strings like celery. Yeah, I might actually cut the green down here in a sec. But see how quickly I can do that? And if I'm not looking at the screen or responding, that's because I'm really watching my fingers. And I'm actually gonna cut some of the green off of this and use the green just to space it out more. Whoop, I just got my nail, see? Glad I didn't put false ones on today. Yeah, I'm not liking that amount, so let me go ahead and cut these. You do not stay out. All right. And with this, I'm just kind of buckling it up. Does it taste like celery? It does. It tastes more like cabbage than it does celery, to be honest. Misery vibes. Are you my biggest fan? Oh God, I love that movie. That movie is. I remember watching that movie with my great-grandmother, and it's probably my favorite memory of my great-grandmother because she was losing her hearing. And she was at that point where you don't want to admit that you're losing your hearing. Also going to need 6 scallions, whites thinly sliced, with greens cut into 1-inch pieces. And she was at that age where she didn't want to admit that she was going deaf. So I have 2 bundles making 12. Remember, I'm doubling this up. And I remember I was like, I don't know, 10 maybe at the time. Maybe a teenager, not quite. And we were watching it at blaring volumes. And then the commercials would come on, and that made the blaring volumes seem mute. And they kept sending me to, and I remember we were watching it on like UPN channel 45 in I think it was Pittsburgh TV. I don't remember. But they would send me to the TV, and I could not get up fast enough to turn that volume down on the remote, on the TV, because there was no remote. And then as soon as the movie came back on, turn it up! I wish I could cook. I can't stand for a long time because I stand long. I get heat rash and my legs start itching, and it sucks, so I usually chop vegetables sitting at the table. There's nothing wrong with that. There's been times that I have prepared meals sitting down. If you were here for season 2, we had, the joke is the micro kitchen. And if somebody was in the kitchen, you couldn't have 2 bodies in there because the dimensions of the kitchen were literally 4 by 12 feet. So there was a lot of food prep that I did in the living room. That's your great gem of my great grandmother, yeah. Like I said, I have a lot of cool memories about her, and I really wanted the house. Unfortunately, the house got sold because I really wanted that house growing up, because that's the one place on earth I never had a bad memory. Oh, I don't want to put the roots in with the rest of the good stuff. Hold on. And I do mix the greens and the white parts, and that's, I think it's okay. Okay. What's your favorite thing to make? My favorite thing to make is I like making Asian stir fries. Just doing this, seeing how many vegetables I can throw together, what flavors I can blend. Asian food is probably my favorite food to make. But again, that's a lot of chopping. And honestly, if you need to sit, there is no shame in sitting. You can always get a bar stool, or you can always get hot plates. That way you can tabletop cook if you need to. One of the things that happened, about 11 months ago was I actually pulled a muscle in my hip. So there was a period of time that I had trouble. Alright, so now that I got all the ingredients prepared, which only took me 43 minutes, that was pretty brutal, we can go ahead and we can start cooking. Got that water boiling, awesome. So let me go ahead, scooch this for now. Because like I said, this recipe is the parade of bowls. Okay, throw this away. Okay, in a bowl, whisk together 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of the rice wine, and 1 tablespoon of the sesame oil. Add the chicken, toss the coat, cover the bowl, and refrigerate for at least 15 minutes. I like to make noodles from scratch. I have never made noodles from scratch before. I will be very honest about that. So, soy sauce. I keep checking the water because that burner has a habit, if you leave it on too long, the water evaporates. All right, there's my soy sauce. So the soy sauce, how do you tell, Gavin, how do you make them? Yeah, how do you make them? I'd like to know. Soy sauce, the sherry. Ooh, maybe a little too much. And, ooh, I think maybe a little too much. The sesame oil, which, oh, hey, that's the sesame oil. And again, these are 2 tablespoons. Oh, so not too much. I can add a little more soy. There we go. And sesame oil. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of that. I make homemade noodles all the time. I don't have a way to. Oh, okay. Not quite understanding. Okay, so whisk that together. And then add the chicken and coat it well for at least 15 minutes in the refrigerator. So, let me go ahead, let me grab this chicken, put this in the bowl. If you remember a couple videos ago, the power of cling wrap, we're going to go ahead and do that again. Here is my cling wrap, and like I said, I made it. I used to have a pasta making machine, and I gave it to my daughters because making meals is just not something homemade noodles are for. That's really sweet of you. I've thought about getting a pasta machine, and I know I have friends that have them, but it's just, one of the things I like doing is, believe it or not, for, oh gosh, about 6 months, I had a low carb, high protein diet, and I felt fantastic. However, now I am in the realm of picky eaters, and carbs are king. And I am paying for it. Hey, Tay-Tay, I am good. Okay, so I got this all wrapped up. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give it a shake. And really coat that chicken. And you can see the chicken changing colors. Woo, I'm making it a little bit. That was probably not my best idea. Oh well. And I'll go ahead, unwrap it, and just give it an old-fashioned stir. There we go. Yeah, I can see where that chicken's coated because the sesame oil and the soy sauce are changing the color of it. I'm going to go ahead and cover that up. Chill it for 15 minutes. Oh, the pot is doing exactly what I said it would do. I'm going to go ahead and turn you off. Okay, so we got that going. Meanwhile, put the noodles in a large bowl and cover with boiling water. So, spoiler alert, that is why I had the water boiling. Mix together 1 egg, salt, egg, milk, flour, and dough, and I either cut them into strips, met by them dry. I use the kitchen attachments to cut for me. Love the t-shirt, thank you. I chop veggies and make sauce for it. That's how I do it, hon. So you said 1 egg and then you said egg again. So how many eggs are you using is my question. So remember these noodles, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use 4 packs. They came in a pack of 3. Not the safest way to do it, but it's fast. I do appreciate that, Linda. That was some awesome knowledge. And these are, now you're supposed to use rice noodles. Couldn't find rice. I'm hoping the eggs noodles work. I think they will because egg noodles are usually known to be very sturdy. So you want to use 6 ounces, doubling up. I'm using 8. No, sorry, 12. Wow, don't follow my math. Okay. So 10 ounces, 3 packs, 10 is not divisible by 3. So I'm going to overshoot it. I know I'm overshooting it. Oh, I shouldn't do that. Not against my fingers. I was in a theater and I didn't make it when you started. I used to use 6 eggs and seasoned flour. Cool. Sorry, Tay-Tay, I told you this before. Baby, you never have to apologize. The replay is always up. You will always be able to find my stuff. Okay, maybe a bundle and a half on this one, but it is what it is. We will figure it out. Okay, so in a large bowl, add the noodles. Supposed to use rice. Again, I apologize, guys. Eggs it is. I thought I was going to use that for the bok choy, but whatever. Oh, hey, there's the paper. Okay. So put that in a large bowl. Cover with boiling water and stir to separate the noodles. Soak until the noodles are almost tender, about 6 minutes. So, believe it or not, this pot was full. It's about half full now. And I am completely covering the noodles. I was getting a little worried there because they were doing that stick out thing. And for whatever reason, I'm not sure why, it's not showing in the ingredients list. Oh, R2. Hi, buddy. Can you give me 6 minutes, please? Thank you, R2. So it doesn't really say what to stir it with. I'm going to use this really cheap plastic meat fork. And you can see it. I don't want to tilt it much because it's a lot of boiling water. The noodles are already a lot softer. Thank you. You make my day. I appreciate that. You make me smile too, Tay-Tay. There's some of you that I'm starting to know on a regular basis, and I really appreciate you guys. Check your bowl out. What did it go into? You read my mind. So we got this stirring. This is actually turning out really, really nice. Nice. And I got them breaking apart. So I'm not too worried about using egg noodles instead of rice noodles. I think it's going to be good. So, yeah, soak until the noodles are almost tender, about 6 minutes, stirring once halfway through. Oh, okay. So I just leave these aside to soak. So let's go ahead and leave these aside to soak. Okay. About 6 minutes, stirring halfway through. Drain the noodles, rinse with cold water, and drain again. Return the noodles to the bowl and add the peanut oil, toss well to coat. So we got that going on. Give me a sec. Whew. Okay. In a small bowl, make the sauce by mixing together the remaining soy sauce. Where is my small bowl? Here is my small bowl. The remaining soy sauce. 2 tablespoons. It's going to be 4. I'm just going to pluck this off. And that looks like about 4 tablespoons. Mixing together the remaining soy sauce, the remaining rice wine using sherry. Remaining sesame oil. I'm noticing a trend here. I feel like I've used these ingredients already. And broth, brown sugar, and cornstarch. So here's the broth. We need, how much brown sugar? 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. And I'm just using a kitchen one. I know, sorry guys. Because a lot of my measurements, as long as I'm not baking, it's art, not science. If you get a little crazy, you get a little crazy. All right, brown sugar. Okay, brown sugar and cornstarch. How much cornstarch do I need? Half a teaspoon. We're gonna make a teaspoon, doubling up. So 1 teaspoon of cornstarch as soon as I find where the bag is open. There you are. Get out. There we go. There's my teaspoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch set aside. Well, do you want me to, yeah, mix together, obviously, and set that aside. So I'm going to go ahead, give that a stir. I'm actually going to use my whisk to break up that cornstarch. And that gives me a nice sauce, if you can see it. Which, you know what? Hold on, give me a sec. Is that better? Yeah, now you can see a little more. I apologize, guys. Set that aside. And then in a very large bowl. Oh, I think I used all my large bowls. Where's the green one? With the chicken. And that has the... Okay, this is going to be my large bowl. Actually, you know what? These noodles should be almost done. So I can go ahead and drain them. Don't need all that water. And the noodles came out pretty easily. I'm actually very impressed with that. I can really smell that sesame oil. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drain these noodles. My sink is over there. I do apologize. So I'm going to drain them, rinse them with cold water, and set them aside. So for this, I actually got this neat little contraption. I love it. You just hook it onto the bowl, and it lets you dump your noodles. And then add cold. And drain again. All right, those are some drained noodles. Set you over here. All right, so I got the sauce in a large bowl. Wait a minute. In a large skillet. Derp. Da 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 da. Skillet power. This is why it can be hard being dyslexic sometimes. You gotta go to school. You have a great night too, Tay-Tay. Sorry this live stream ran a little late for you. That is how it happens when you watch international TV, international YouTube. In a very large non-stick, you're welcome, skillet over high heat. I'm going to turn this baby all the way up to 400. Add warm 2 tablespoons of the oil until shimmering. And I'm not going to add the chicken yet. The chicken still has 3 minutes to marinate. So that gives this some time to shimmer. And that gives me some time to do some cleanup because it's driving me a little mad. I know a lot of people can like clean up as they're cooking. I just get into like this go mode. And then it's like, oh wait, I have a minute. I can stop now. Stir up that sauce a little more. And like I said, I'm not really measuring. Oh, I forgot to use this pepper. Oh well. I think this skillet is big enough I can use all the chicken. Hold on. Add half the chicken in a single layer. Cook undisturbed until the pieces are brown on the bottom, but not quite cooked through, about 2 minutes, and transfer the chicken to a large bowl and set aside. Well, okay. Add the remaining chicken, cook as before, and transfer to the bowl when finished. Okay. I don't know what she's doing. That's weird. Doggo's acting up. This skillet is getting really hot. Too hot. 20 seconds left on that chicken. I think this skillet's big enough I can add all of it. There's that timer. Perfect timing. Alright, are you going to behave? Are you going to behave? We're going to see. Yeah, that's enough. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. Where's that spatula that I had? Didn't I have a spatula? Maybe I didn't grab it. Ah, here it is. I did not grab it. So I'm going to spread this out. Careful, maybe a little more condensation in your pan. I think you're right. I had just washed it and washed the lid, and I think I put the oil over water. That's a total my bad. Don't do that. All right. So cook this undisturbed 2 minutes. Going to go ahead and set this up for 2 minutes. Undisturbed. Be cool. And I'm reading. If I go silent, I'm sorry. Okay. Does it say to flip it? Over high heat, warm the oil undisturbed until the pieces are brown on the bottom, but not quite cooked through, about 2 minutes. Okay, no, it doesn't say to cook. Okay, and transfer to the bowl when finished. It doesn't say to flip them. So that is that. I'm actually going to use a large bowl. I'm not going to use this one again just because it's got the raw chicken in it and now it's been cooking. I don't like that. Get me a paper towel. I got a little bit of moisture on my hands. Not quite sure what. And I know I usually better utilize my cooking space, but with the water boiling, it kind of threw me a little off today. That's why I have stuff like over there, and I do apologize for that, guys. Flip them, though. Flip them again, even though they're browning. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I mean, they got another 30 seconds. What's it going to hurt? Especially when they're cooking so hot. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely browning. Yeah, that kind of like weirded me out. Like, it's not saying anything about that. There's the timer. So, if it matters, didn't really give it a full college chance. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull this out into that large bowl. Got the large bowl over here, which was the original noodle bowl. Woo! And try to throw my skillet off the counter. Nope, nope, nope. And this is semi-cooked, semi-raw, because it says not cooked all the way through. So that might actually be why we didn't flip it. But, oh well. It is what it is. And I'm saving some time because I have an extra large skillet, so I didn't do the, Oh, that bowl's getting heavy. Ugh. Is it wet? It's moist. It's not exactly wet. So we got the chicken into a bowl. Set this aside. Yo! That wasn't as bad as when I touched the skillet. Add another 2 teaspoons of the peanut oil to the skillet over high heat and warm the oil shimmering. Add the onion and cook, stirring occasionally until the pieces begin to soften and brown on the edges. About 2 to 3 minutes. So, there's a lot of oil in that pan, but I'm going to do it. Okay, it's not going to take that long to simmer, so. And it says to add the onions. So now, about undisturbed, right? No, stirring occasionally for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put this on 2 minutes, 2.5. Let's do 2.5. So these are looking nice. Break them up some as I cook them, because we do want the little slivers. And I also want them to just get down to one layer to just cook through. Where's that bottle of water? There it is. All right, so we got that going for 2 or 3 minutes. Let me grab my bookie book here. Wipe down that oil. Oh, there's one. Okay. And then we're going to add even more oil to the heat and warm until shimmering, and add the pepper and celery to cook. So this is turning out really nicely, and I'm liking the colors. My onions are starting to become opaque and brown on the sides, which is exactly what we want. One of the hardest things is cooking when you're hungry, and I'm getting hungry. Hey, go change your pants, please. Okay. Really? So I have an anonymous house guest that just walked out of the kitchen carrying a cup and ice cream. Besides the oil, weren't you supposed to do something else in? I'm not sure. We shall see. Maybe there's a step I missed, and we'll have to wander back over to it. All right. So we got that going. We got another 20 seconds on it, give or take. And then I'm going to add more oil and throw the peppers and celery in. So less than 10 seconds. Let me go grab that. So let me add a little more oil. What did I do with the oil? Oh, really? And it's the peanut oil, right? Yep, another 2 teaspoons. Whoop. And add my celery. Which, remember, I'm using bok choy. Add bell peppers. No. Hey, can you scooch that box over here? Hey, come here. Come here. That thing? Scooch that over, please.
What?
Scooch it. Scooch this. Scooch. Never mind. I got it. No, not that. Not that. The camera's on there. Thank you, though. It's okay. Add my celery, aka bok choy. I'm actually, after this is turned off, what I want is, I'm probably going to ban you from my channel due to your behavior. Like I said, I know I'm amazingly attractive. I understand that you're desperate. However, I'm not.
Who actually talks about mom like that? Definitely.
No, some idiot. Alright, so there's the celery, there's the peppers.
What the hell, man?
Language. And then I'm going to cook this for another 2 to 3 minutes. Putting it on 230. And that is looking gorgeous. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, that is not nice to put cooking channel. If you just be mental, just get out of it. Yeah. Honestly, don't fight with the trolls. Just, forgive and take pity on him. He doesn't have a life, obviously. Nobody wants him, so he's got to harass attractive YouTubers. And like I said, just feel sorry for him.
Yeah, honestly, it's so.
Yeah. So, we added the bell pepper and the celery to cook, stirring occasionally until the vegetables are barely tender. Have it on for 2 to 3 minutes, and then after this, we're going to adjust the heat. And then add more peanut oil. Oh, clear, okay. Hello? Okay, it says the ginger garlic mixture. I don't remember. Oh. In a small bowl, mix together the garlic, ginger, and red pepper flakes. Okay. Hi, honey, I'm live! So let me get that ginger
I
going.
should hope so.
So here's that ginger paste. I can almost smell it here. That is so true. Sorry, you don't have anything to apologize. Here is that ginger paste that I'm going to use. And that is, how much do I need? About 1.5 teaspoons. So I'm going to go ahead with a little more than what I have in here. How was work?
Painful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's good. Hold on. And the pepper flakes, which if you remember, we're not using red pepper flakes, using chili powder. I'm sorry I'm doing this a little off camera. So you can shake, or sometimes I just squeeze. It comes out a little easier. That is about 2 teaspoons. But, oh. Stir that together, which that's really not stirring together, but I think I'll get it in the skillet because the paste is a little chunky. All right, so I gotta get this moving because this is starting to burn. So it says to clear the center of the pan. So let's clear the center of the pan. Woo! Okay, clear this. Oh, adjust the heat to medium. So I just took this from 400 down to 300. Adjust the heat to medium. Add the remaining peanut oil. I'm seriously starting to wonder if I'm supposed to be using this. Which, if I am, I'm going to be so mad that I wasted that oil. But it's canola and we're actually trying to use it. So there's that. Which I shouldn't be stretching across that, and I do apologize. Alright, add the remaining, allow it to warm until shimmering. Add the garlic ginger mixture and cook, stirring and mashing it. So here's this. And it says to mash it.
That Dad is putting autistic kids this for Halloween. It is a blue pumpkin.
Oh, the teal pumpkin.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm not worried about it because even though yes, you are autistic, you don't have the sensory issues where you really need to worry about being set up.
Yeah, but the issue is for the other ones.
Well,
They're gonna get tracked down either way with that.
oh well. I know. And, you know, as a society, we will work on that. Okay. Yeah, you are... So I'm just using a potato masher. Hey, hon, can you hand me my phone, please?
Where is it?
It is plugged in next to the computer. And I'm only doing this for a minute. I have the minute on. This really isn't mashing that well. Thank you. But it is what it is, and it's really fragrant. I really like that smell. Alright, so we got that. Whisk the soy sauce mixture in to combine and add it to the skillet and cook, scraping the skillet constantly until it thickens for a minute. Here's our sauce. Here's the whisk. So pour that into this. Set the timer for 1 minute. Okay. And I'm stirring this and I'm scraping it as I stir it. Like I said, I'm going to have to set more moderation controls on more accounts, apparently. Okay, and that's boiling nicely. Okay, and that's the minute. Okay, so now we're going to add the chicken mixture, noodles, and the scallion whites, and most of the scallion greens to the skillet and toss to combine. Stirring occasionally until the noodles are heated and coated with the sauce, about 2 minutes. So, we've got the chicken. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay, you are busy. So, here's the chicken, which it wasn't supposed to be cooked through, so I'm a little concerned about this, because some of the chicken is a little raw. Okay, there's the chicken. We're going to add noodles and the scallion whites and most of the greens. So here are the noodles. Do I have my pasta fork? Yes, I do. So stir that up, and then I'm going to add the scallions to it. And I'm so thankful for this. That is the second time I've done that. Which is a little hard because it's like the noodles are definitely clumping together and they don't really want to blend with the chicken. You know, you can be sorry all you want. And you're going to have plenty of time to think about it, so. Which, thank you for reminding me, I have another moderator I can call. Okay. So let's add these scallions. And it said most the greens. So I'm going to leave about that much not in the pot. Okay, cook until the noodles are heated through and coated with sauce. Transfer the mixture to a serving platter and sprinkle with the remaining scallion greens and serve. Well, like I said, the chicken is still somewhat raw. So what I'm going to do, and we need to leave in about 6 minutes. So I'm actually going to keep this on, and I'm going to cover it and hopefully bake that chicken through, which now that I'm stirring it up a little bit, it looks like it's cooking a little more thoroughly. And I can see the sauce coating the noodles. So that's a nice chopping board. I need one of those. Thank you so much. And usually when people like what I have, I try to promote it. However, the chopping board came from LL Flooring, and they're currently going out of business. I just knocked a piece of chicken out. And that's cooked. So I'm going to turn this to low and cover it. So, actually, I'll keep it as it is and cook it for the 2 minutes it says on the book. So when you're done, you're supposed to transfer it into a serving platter and sprinkle the scallions. Well, where I'm transporting this dish, I'm not going to do that. Let me do something real quick. The chopping board is called Williamsburg Butcher Block Company, if you want to look it up. I love this thing. I don't remember if I got it for my birthday or Valentine's Day, but I use it constantly. I absolutely love it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I love and appreciate most of you guys. If you like what I do and you want to support me, you can also hit me up on Cashapp or PayPal. Like some of you, if you want to stay a member of this channel or be able to watch and comment, you will be hitting up those links for your behavior. If you don't want to support me financially, I also have my Amazon wish list in the description. Yeah, I will get a hold of them somehow. What's Williamsburg Butcher Block? That's what it says on the side of my cutting board. That's all I know, honey. I'm sorry, Linda. Anyway, I will see you guys later. It was fun. Thanks for watching.